Okay guys, today's estate sale was pretty wild. Not only did I grab a bunch of really cool toys and vintage clothing at the sale, but there was almost a fight before the sale even started.
I'll tell you what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Stop talking. What are you going to do?
However, before I show you that clip and show you what went down before the sale, I have to give you a little bit of context here. So, in case you've never been to an estate sale or you don't go to them very often, a lot of times people who go to these things regularly will show up hours before the sale starts to hopefully reserve their spot in line, thus giving them the best options or the best chances to get the items that they want. Now, to reserve your spot in line, there's a bunch of different ways that you can do it, but typically here in Chicago, the way it's done is via sign-up sheet. So whoever shows up first to the sale just starts a regular sign-up sheet on a piece of paper, and then as people start trickling in, everybody starts putting their name down and it forms a line. That way everybody can just kind of wait in their cars. You don't have to wait out in front of the house and get in the way of the workers as they're trying to set things up. It just makes the whole process super easy. Now here's the problem. This specific estate sale company will only honor their official sign-up sheet when they open the doors for the sale, and they put out that list 1 hour before the sale starts. Now typically this isn't a problem. People still do the same routine. Whoever's there first starts an unofficial sign-up sheet, and then once the official one is posted, they just copy the names over onto the official one. It's pretty straightforward, and every single person in today's video knows that. They are all regulars to these sales and they know the drill. But today, two of the ladies who showed up about an hour and a half before the sale decided they didn't like their spots on the unofficial sign-up list because they wouldn't be in the first group of people to go in the sale. So what they decided to do was go and stand in front of the door until the official sheet was posted, and then hopefully cut the line by signing their names first on the sheet once the people who were working the sale put it up, which is where the clip that you're about to see starts at. Luckily, when I was walking up, I clicked on my Ray-Ban Metas because I could just tell those two Karens were not going to let things go down smoothly. The people in the clip you'll see are the guy who got there at 5 a.m. and started the list. You'll see the two Karens who argue with him, and then a little bit later you'll see another guy who inserts himself into the argument. He got in line behind the Karens after putting his name on the sign-up sheet as well. So those are our players. Let's roll the clip.
How you doing? Who's
Good.
first?
He is.
She is. Wait.
He is.
Do you honor the list or not list?
Okay,
we were standing here.
I was here since 5 o'clock.
He's been here.
Does it say you have to stand in front of the door?
Yes,
No.
it says it does not honor other
Thank you, bro.
lists. You have to stand in
We don't honor no
Give it
list.
to them next.
No, we
We were first,
We were standing
standing
in line.
in line for an hour in the cold.
So you either
I'll be here since
honor
5 o'clock then.
then you should have stood in line.
I'm just going to pause this first clip right here because nothing else really happened in it. I just walked back to my car expecting to wait until the sale actually opened up. You know, he got his name on the list. I got my name on the list. Everybody else who was on the original list was starting to add their names. However, once the Karens got their hands on that official list, they decided to do something pretty bold. They just started scratching out everybody's names who were above them on the list and decided to put their names at number 1 and 2. And that's where things started to spiral.
Do you understand? No, Liz, you're not going to be honored here, sir. So pay attention. Read what it
I'm not
says.
gonna deal with you.
Well, go away then.
9 o'clock, I'm going in first and I don't give a shit
Yeah,
about
we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see what you gonna move
We'll
me.
see.
Act like a lady, so act
We'll
like
see.
a gentleman. Otherwise, I'll act like you act.
Hey, you're not going to do anything to a female here, because then you have to move me.
No, I'm not gonna do anything yet.
she's
I'm
gonna
just
go in
sitting
and
right
then-
here.
They will decide.
Yes, they already
All
decided.
right.
They already decided. They said if your name's not on their list, not your
My
list,
name is right here.
not
First.
you came and scratched out. Okay? This list,
You scratch,
no,
not them, right?
no.
You grabbed
You
it.
grabbed the paper
Oh,
over
yeah, everybody
my
in
head.
except him.
I was standing here freezing for an
I
hour.
saw you.
So was she.
I was in front of you.
No,
Was
you
I?
weren't in front of me.
Yes, I was.
No, you weren't.
She was
You're
sitting
lying
right
through your
there.
teeth.
Why
Shame
did I
on
get the
you.
list first?
Shame on you.
Why did I get the list
Shame on you because you snatched it out of the girl's hand. Everybody
snatched
saw you do
She
it.
gave me the list.
No,
and I
she did not. Walk
All right,
away.
we'll see what happens then. But hey, don't get in the middle of this.
Dude, don't point fingers at me. You better watch yourself. I'm not the one to play with, okay? I told you don't play
You
with
talking
me.
shit to me.
I'm not talking shit. I'm telling
Yes.
you what happened.
He's telling
I have
you
business
what
I'll tell you
Not
what.
with
What are you
you.
going to do?
Now
What are you going to do? Stop talking. What are you going to do?
I'm just going from the
No,
door.
no, no, no. Stop talking.
I'm just-
What are you going to do? You just
I'm just
threatened me.
going from the door.
What are you going to do?
You threatened me first.
How did I threaten him?
Yes,
I
you
told her
did.
she's going to go in because she
You
signed
did
up.
the first time.
All right, then let's go. Then I did. Now what?
No,
The smart thing is to walk away, just like you're doing. That's called. Okay, we'll see.
Don't worry about it.
see.
No. Kate will handle it. Don't worry. I know.
It's just an
Well.
And that right there is where things kind of started to taper off. After that guy walked away, we were all just kind of standing around wondering what the heck was going to happen when those doors finally opened. Who were they going to call first? And unfortunately, when it did start, I didn't click the button on my glasses, I guess. I didn't get a clip of it. But what ended up happening was they let the guy in first, and then the two ladies, and then they started following down the list. So at the end, all three of them ended up going in the doors first, and then they just followed the list from there. Let me know what you think about that whole interaction down in the comments. I personally don't think they should have let those two ladies in first. That's just my opinion, but let me know what you guys think down below. And now I guess we can finally get into the actual estate sale, and I'll show you how that went. I actually ended up getting some pretty good stuff here, so let's jump into the actual sale now.
The list
Right,
second.
then I'm gonna let you in.
Okay, thank you.
And you let the other guy.
So here we are finally into today's estate sale, and the reason I came to this one specifically today was because in the photos there were a ton of vintage toys.
In the toy room. Alright. Doesn't look like anybody came up here right away. Mask. Is that any humanoid? Mask. I'm just gonna dig through these boxes because this is where I seen the stuff that I wanted. Transformers, nice. Look at that right there. Oh, that's cool. Look at that button. These are all buck a piece, by the way.
Now, I actually ended up spending a decent amount of time right here digging through all of these boxes, and I pulled some really cool stuff out of here. However, a lot of the stuff in here was just little pieces and parts, and it's hard to see on camera, so I'll show you everything that I got out of these boxes at the end of this video.
Actually, I want to take a look at these ones up here. Polly Pocket. There's a Pistons jersey over here. Is there prices on clothing anywhere? I don't see prices. I guess I'm just gonna throw that in the bag. There's also a Nike Blackhawks jersey right here. Again, not seeing a price on them. There's probably a pricing sheet somewhere. That one's pretty cool. 20 on him. Oh, look at that. Food Fighters. It looks like there's some more toys in this room. Oh, look at that sealed Lego set. Only $10. Is that a Rainbow Bright? I think it is. Not really sure. Grab her. Oh, there are some Furbies though. I do love Furbies. $20 on them. Dang. I don't $20 love them. Yep, they're all 20. They're only worth like 30. I'll pass. Some New Kids on the Block stuff. Cool old school t-shirt.
Was there a Bulls sweater? Did you?
I didn't grab the Bull sweater, but I've seen it in the photos, so.
Yeah, I didn't see where, or if someone grabbed it.
Another New Kids. There's quite a few New Kids on the Blocks. Pretty cool. Last one here. Cool. 4 New Kids shirts. Nice. I guess I'll grab the button as well. Yeah, for $1. Might as well. What is this? Oh, it's a New Kids on the Block backpack. I'll grab that. People love that stuff. Check that out. That's a cool little Bulls jacket. Chalk line. It's a kid's one, but it's cool. Is this your box?
This is nice.
Okay. USA World Cup. That's kind of fun. Did you see prices on the t-shirts and stuff?
No,
Okay.
but they did like to write their names and everything. Just by the way. This is
Bulls.
a cool shirt.
That is pretty cool.
Sure. They're a bucket piece or whatever.
Snoopy. Another Bulls sweater. Another World Cup tag. Germany. Oh, that's cool, Bart.
Oh, radical, dude.
It's a cool one. It's all ratted out though. Oh, that's cool. Like the Ghostbusters. Oh, there's a Batman hat. Grab that one. And here we go. That one's kind of Kuji-esque. Frontline. It's got like the 3D pattern on it. Yeah, you grab it. Just little clues down here. You're fine, man.
I already looked at that. No, they're not. They don't have the thing dollars.
Bull shirt. Nice.
How are they charging?
There you go.
That's a good one. See Tess speaking out back here.
All that madness for nothing.
Yeah. As long as I got in, I didn't.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, some of them, like, literally
Running?
Yeah, I saw that one.
I got down here. Rockies. Oh, there's another Bulls shirt right there. A lot of Bulls stuff at this one. 1991. Nice.
So as you're seeing here, I did end up picking up a lot of really cool stuff in this house. Unfortunately, shortly after this clip, my camera did end up dying and I didn't realize it to swap the battery out, but I still ended up grabbing a lot of awesome stuff.
Okay guys, what a wild sale right there from start to end. I had to pop in a new GoPro battery because it actually died while we were inside there. But what a crazy sale. There was almost a fight at the beginning. Hopefully the Ray-Ban Meta video turns out well because that was entertaining. Then we get inside there and got a ton of vintage toys and clothing. Yeah, pretty entertaining day so far. So I'll show you everything that we ended up picking up there when we get back home.
Alright guys, back home now from that little estate sale. It was actually a pretty good sale and an entertaining one, but I ended up getting a decent amount of stuff here, and just really quickly I'm going to take you through some of it, starting here with the toys. And as you guys probably saw in the footage, there was actually a decent amount of toys to dig through at the sale. Unfortunately, a lot of them were broken or missing parts and stuff like that, but I did take my time to go through a lot of those boxes and ended up walking away with some pretty cool stuff that I'm pretty excited about. But let's start up here in the corner with the mask vehicles. We got the semi-truck up here, as well as this little convertible. Unfortunately, I couldn't find the doors to this guy, and this one right here was near complete. The only thing I'm missing is that top little slide. Then moving on down here below them, there are actually a few little things in here that I'm going to be keeping for myself. Starting with this Tomy Pac-Man bank right here. I'll throw a clip in of him actually working and eating the corner. I just thought that was too cool. Definitely wanted to grab him. Then over here we have an Inhumanoid. I don't find these guys too often. There's actually one that I've been chasing for a while called Tendril, but I also do not have this one in my collection, so he will be staying with me as well. And then check this out. This was probably my favorite find of the sale. This is a Madball head popper. And if you guys don't know what these are, I'll put a clip in of him working. But basically his head just shoots right off his body. And this one right here is pretty rare. He'd probably sell for over $100 by himself. I've sold the bodies by themselves for like 70, 80 bucks depending on the style. So a complete one should easily go over 100. And then I think this is going to be the final toy that I ended up keeping for myself. This is a food fighter. This is the Taco. Unfortunately, he is missing his helmet, but this is a line that I would like to get into collecting. I actually only have like one or two of these right now. I think I have the hot dog and the hamburger, and now the Taco. There are a couple variants of these that go for some good money, but in general, they're worth like 30, 35 bucks. Then moving on down to this corner, this is a bunch of different Transformers or Transformer-like figures right here. A couple of them, I'm not really sure what they are. This one is a piece to the Devastator, I know that. This one, I think, might even be a Gundam and not a Transformer. This guy is pretty cool. This is one of those radio Transformer bots. This isn't an actual Transformer. It's like one of the Taiwanese knockoffs. But this one right here is actually pretty cool. This guy predates Transformers, I believe. I did a little bit of research on it, if it'll focus. There we go, it took a second to focus, but this is a Browning Robogun, which is pretty dang rare. I believe it predates Transformers. I did a little bit of research on it after I got home because I didn't recognize it, but it looks like even missing parts like this, it's going to go for over $100, so that was a really nice find right there. Then moving on to the rest of the stuff, it's just kind of miscellaneous little figures and stuff. You know, Lisa Simpson over here, a little McDonald's Transformer buddy. We got the Mego Robin clothing right here. Unfortunately, I couldn't find the actual doll to it. A couple little My Little Ponies, some McNugget buddies. I always pick these up whenever I see them just because people like to collect them, and if you find them in lots, they'll actually sell pretty dang well. Then we got a little Tonka motorcycle here. Oh, this one's actually a pretty good one itself. This is the center shooter piece to a blurp ball. Unfortunately, I couldn't find the ball itself. If you find the ball and it's complete, it's probably worth over $100 or close to it. But this little piece by itself should sell for some good money. Moving on, we got a little Rainbow Bright doll right here. I didn't know what it was when I picked it up, but I was pretty sure that was Rainbow Bright. I did look it up, it is. Then we got a new in-box Polly Pocket, as well as a Nickelodeon VHS tape. This is one that'll stay in my collection, but if you guys didn't know, VHS tapes are actually on the come up right now, so that might be something to start looking into a bit. Oh, and then I thought these were pretty cool. Like, I love that button right there, that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles button. Then we got a New Kids on the Block button, but these right here are actually pretty cool. We got some old school coloring books right here, and some of these can do pretty well if they still have, you know, unused pages, or if they have like the stickers inside and stuff like that. But we got a couple here. We got Transformers, we got a Popples coloring book, a Star Wars coloring book, and Voltron sticker book. All of these are new and unused. Well, not new, you know, they have bends and creases, but they haven't been colored in or the stickers used, so these could go for some pretty good money. And like I said earlier, I did spend some time going through those boxes to make sure I was grabbing everything that I could out of there. I went through them pretty thoroughly. Unfortunately, a lot of stuff was just missing pieces and parts, but there was some pretty good stuff inside there. Now, let's move on to the clothing. And here we are. This is all of the clothing that I ended up picking up here. There were a couple other vintage clothing sellers that showed up, so I didn't get everything that was in this house, but I still ended up grabbing some pretty good stuff, like all of the Chicago Bulls stuff right here. Like we got this satin chalk line jacket right here, as well as a bunch of different t-shirts. Now, Chicago Bulls t-shirts are kind of on the decline right now, but there's still some pretty good value in these, especially for me living in Chicago. I should be able to sell these pretty dang easily. This one's a sweatshirt right here. And most of these were in like a room that just had a bunch of boxes and stuff on the ground, and people weren't digging through those too great, so I went after a couple people and pulled out some of these, so did pretty good on those. But then over in another closet, I ended up finding a bunch of New Kids on the Block stuff, like these 4 t-shirts right here. You probably saw these in the video, since I don't think I was bent over when I found these, so that footage should have turned out pretty good. And then there was also a New Kids on the Block backpack. And then of course there were also a bunch of just miscellaneous t-shirts as well. This one's pretty cool, a Ghostbuster shirt. This is a kid shirt. I usually don't grab like kid stuff too often, but I just thought this one was too cool to leave. But then we've also got Bart Simpson here. We got USA World Cup, Taz shirt, Snoopy fighting Illinois shirt, Colorado Rockies, another World Cup shirt, this one's Germany, and then a little Safe Sex t-shirt. Then down here we got one sweater. I picked this one up because of the style, not because of the name. It's like a Coogee style sweater. It's got like that 3D knit to it, and that stuff always sells. Like I said, I'm not really familiar with the brand. It's Frontline, but just that style is going to sell well. We're in winter and this stuff is flying off the shelves. I should be able to get like 40-50 bucks out of that guy. And then we got a couple of hats. The first one here is E.T., a Batman Forever hat, and then just a generic little Oakley hat. And then finally, this last little stack right here is just a couple of jerseys I grabbed. These were hanging on the door in that first room I went into. This is a Champion Pistons jersey, basketball jersey, and then a Chicago Blackhawks hockey jersey. This is a Nike one too, which is pretty dang good. That means the value will be a little bit more, probably like, I don't know, like 80 to 100 bucks on that guy. And that's it. That is everything that I ended up picking up at today's estate sale. It was a pretty good sale, all things considered. Got a bunch of vintage toys, some stuff from my collection, as well as some vintage clothing. So a little bit of everything at this one. Plus, it was really entertaining at the beginning with that whole line situation. I swear I thought people were going to throw hands. So a pretty entertaining sale all around. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this, and if you want to see more stuff like this, please sure to subscribe to the channel. Otherwise, I ain't got much else for you. Till next time, keep on treasure hunting.